Hey viewers, hey subscribers, welcome back to my channel, Aquarian Empress Tarot. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, welcome to my returning subscribers. Welcome back, my loves. Better late than never, but I'm here though. I'm here though, so I'm back and I'm better. And I'm gonna just let y'all get in. We need to talk about this Scorpio full moon because it's a lot. Hey Aisha, how are you, boo? Please excuse my nose. Like, my nose is a little stuffy on one side, so if you see me with the toilet paper, that's what's going on. I got my little Vicks going on. Y'all, I'm just trying to survive out here. But yeah, this Scorpio full moon is a lot. People have been doing the most. I'm good, love, outside of just being so busy with work and getting readings done and everything. It's like I came back and it's like but it's all work and it's no play, so that's a good thing. So I can really focus on my priorities and focus on the things that I need to get done. So that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Oh my goodness. I'm telling y'all, there's something in the air. There's something in the air. And I don't want it. Whatever it is, I do not want it. Also, anybody sitting around feeling sorry for themselves, get up, go outside, get active, get your body moving, dance, do a little dancey dance or whatever you need to do. But get yourself moving. Keep yourself going. Keep yourself active. Keep your vibration high, especially during this lunar eclipse of the Scorpio moon, because it's very easy to fall into anxiety. It's very easy to just, want to sulk and be miserable and complain. Why is me? And it's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not that friend that's gonna let you sit here and sulk. Okay? Listen, we got things to do, places to go, all the things, child. We not gonna sit here and be negative. We're not gonna do it. Ew, Aisha, ew. Like, she could have at least, said, hold on just a second, let me go clean that up. No. What we not gonna do is be nasty and miserable. Yes, honey, yes. A relaxation bath. Put that phone on D&D, do not disturb, do not call me, do not text me. Period. Privacy and quiet time for your mental space is very important. Whatever it is that brings you calmness. I don't know if are you allergic to chamomile? Because chamomile is one of those things. I like to drink it as a tea, and it may help some of y'all to calm your nerves too. I like to drink chamomile with lemon and honey. Like, brew the tea and drink it. You will have a really, really good night's sleep because chamomile makes you tired. Don't do it, Rico. I see you. Do not do it. Y'all, he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. He's in my business chair trying to see how far he can get. Don't do it. I see you. Yeah. Oh, does it? There's health benefits. I didn't even really know all of the health benefits of chamomile. See, he did it. Let me go get him. Hang on. Rika. Nope. Let's go. See, you done chewed one of my special cards, and then I need to write. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Rika was doing a bit much, and that's gonna be enough. He was doing a bit much. But chamomile also too may help you, Aisha. I don't know if you've had it, but red raspberry tea that helps that just helps with, you know, female reproductive things. He had mommy and me time all day yesterday. He was out. He was free. He was wild as always. He had plenty of personal coddling and babying. I'm like, okay, go. Today was the day. Today was busy. Today was a lot of drama. It was a lot of drama today, y'all. It was a lot of drama today at work, but I'm glad I made it through another day. Y'all made it through another day. If you're here, you made it through another day. Yay. So pat yourself on the back. You did it, girl. You did it. But I was gonna ask y'all, like, because I'm trying to do things for the channel, and I was thinking about topics. You know how we have girls chat or what have you, like Wednesday nights, right? On Wednesday night, I was wondering, like, what other topics would y'all like to discuss here on the channel so we can talk about it for girls chat. I would like to get more into the spiritual aspect of things. I've been studying more into hoodoo. It's something that interests me. I don't know why it interests me, but it does. I feel like part of it is because I have a strong interest, and I don't know if they have to do with my placements in my natal chart, but with history, I've always been very fascinated by the history of slavery, and how it's come about, how we've grown out of it, but how there's still so much still tied to the roots of it. And I feel like I have a stronger connection towards hoodoo. So it's something that I've been studying. But voodoo also interests me because I'm curious, because it's a West Indian thing. It's a West Indian thing. It was brought over here from the Caribbean, brought over here. So it's like, I've been doing a lot of reading on crystal healing and different baths and rituals and things of that nature. So if I don't get right back to you right away, it's because I'm reading. I know I don't look like a reader, but I love to read and I love to learn new things. That's my next book on my list to get. Actually, Aisha, the Book of Psalms. I have a downloaded book in iBooks that is also kind of like a book of Psalms. It tells you like what, let me explain it. Only way I can explain it is to open it up. It tells you like for different things what Psalms you can use. I was actually reading this last night. Like for example, this, I was looking for protection, and it says, when needing help to keep your enemies as far as possible from you, very effective OSY charm. The magical word OSY is good for protection. Type amulets as well. It says the day to do the ritual, Wednesday. Incense to use is camphor and angelica. Candle to use is a red taper. And then it has parchment paper, dove's blood ink, best done after sunset. And then it gives the psalm. So like it says Psalms 18 verses 1-3, and it gives the psalm. So it's a little bit different than the Book of Psalms, the actual book, which they had it in the Botanica that I went to in Orlando, which I really loved it. I don't know if y'all can see that because it's a little light. But that's the book. It's called Hoodoo in Psalms. And I got it on iBooks. And then I started reading another book. I don't know why, I just feel drawn to it. It's just one of them things. I feel drawn to it. But I think spirituality is really beautiful. I think it's important to, hey Mari Love, I think it's important definitely to tap into your culture. And yes, it's the orange one. How are you, love? To tap into your culture, to tap into your roots, because hoodoo is definitely an African American practice for sure, because it was the slaves making use of certain herbs and things to help them navigate through slavery, to help them survive day-to-day situations that we don't really have to face today because our ancestors did it before us. So they had to come up with protection amulets and mojo bags and different charms and different things to bring them good luck, to bring them protection, because they struggled and they went through so many things. My vacation was so great. Thank you, love. It was so great. I enjoyed every day of it. I'm so glad I made it back home safely. My whole family did. So grateful. But I enjoyed it. The favorite part, so let's talk about Florida for a minute. I digress, okay? I digress momentarily. Talking about my trip, my vacation to Florida was absolutely beautiful. I met a couple of my very best friends that I met through Instagram, also fellow healers, light workers, tarot readers. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. And I'm so glad that we're talking about it, because honestly, as a reader, I get so sick and tired of hearing in the tarot community, especially on Instagram and the internet, about internet beef between people, content creators, tarot readers. This person is jealous of this person thinks this person is trying to take their clients. And I've met some of the most beautiful women in my life on Instagram, on the internet. And they're real people. They have real lives. They go through real things. It's a real life situation. Beautiful people, beautiful spirits. I'm glad that we've crossed paths in this lifetime. Because it's like people tend to think negatively because of all the stuff that's put in the spiritual community, the witch community. They're really bad about it. Tarot community, people are always thinking that somebody's out to take their clients, or somebody's out to steal their work or steal their idea. Everybody is not an enemy. Everybody don't care about you like that. Everybody is not out to take advantage of you. That's the thing. That's the thing. You really have to use discernment, and you really have to know who really does support you, who really is there for you, and who is not. That's where discernment comes in. And that's in all your relationships. And I feel like, this full moon in Scorpio is really going to bring that to the surface for a lot of people, because a lot of people on the internet are fake, but there are real, genuine people. And that's the difference. You have to be able to discern the difference. Because some people put on a really good front and you don't know. But everybody on the internet is not your enemy. Everybody on the internet don't care about you like that. So I'm glad that I got an opportunity to actually meet my friends in person, and we got to talk, we got to laugh, we got to share personal moments, personal stories, and we got to bond. And so that was just a really beautiful experience. And then my experience going to the beach, I went to 2 different beaches, and then I spent the rest of the time in the pool or out and about shopping, really living my best life. I was in the pool with a glass of wine. Yes, I was. Really living my best life. And then I went to the Botanica. It was so nice. There were such sweet people when I went to the Botanica. They were so helpful, and just investing in my spiritual practice. And so it's like, the world is so big. There's so much beauty in other places. Even traveling, I would have preferred to have flown because it would have been a lot faster. But after I started thinking about it later, I was like, yes, girl, it is a lot, let me tell you. I had a margarita, which I think I posted a picture of it. It was inside of a pineapple. It had alcohol. It was strawberry. It was a strawberry. I had mojito. Love me mojito. Mojitos are my favorite, and those are really good. We ate at the smokehouse. We had a blast on my trip, and I would do it all again if I had to do it again. It was a long drive. Don't get me wrong. It was a long drive. We got delayed in traffic on the way back. It was a lot, but it was worth the trip. So definitely encouraging y'all, if you need to take a break, and you might be feeling that little bug, that little travel bug, to just go out, get out in nature, go to a rainforest, go to a national park, go to a beach that's close to you, get to the beach, get to a lake, get to a national, a natural reservoir, that's the word. Go into the mountains, go out in nature, connect with nature, because nature is very grounding. The most beautiful part for me was the beach. I was so excited when I finally saw the beach. When we got to Cocoa Beach, because Cocoa Beach is an hour away from Orlando. So when we finally got to the beach, it was like, ah! That was me. I was like a kid in a candy store. So I was like, ah! So then I finally get up to the water. I put my foot in the water and I was like, oh, it's too cold. And they was like, oh no, you gotta take your time and get in the water. You gotta get in the water little bit by little bit. And watch out for the waves. Watch out for the waves. So I'm just like, you know what? Because the waves will get you. If you're not ready, the waves will get you. And the waves are not waiting on nobody. The waves in the ocean do what they want to do when they want to do it. So you have to embrace the wave. You got to be ready for the waves. But it was just such a peaceful, beautiful experience. Rico's already, girl, he's got his back turned to me. He's already in his feelings. He's in his feelings. He's like, I can't believe you. I can't believe you. But yeah, it was such a beautiful experience. And thank y'all so much for all the well wishes. If you watch my little mini vlogs that I posted, you'll kind of get to see little glimpses of my trip in there. Like driving through Tennessee. If you've never been through Tennessee, Nashville and Chattanooga, Tennessee is like high up in the mountains. So when you're driving, it's like very steep because the mountains, they're beautiful. It's like a lot of green trees, and then there's huge rivers and lakes around Chattanooga, Tennessee. So you have to slow your speed down. They even have signs posted as you're coming down to slow down, because if you drive an SUV or a truck, it can flip over because the high speeds and the wind in the mountains. So you kind of have to like be careful when you're going around to lower your speeds. But it's beautiful scenery. It's beautiful scenery out there. Then there's Nashville. Let's talk about Nashville. Every time we get to Nashville, the damn traffic, everybody and their mama wants to stop in Nashville. And it's 5-6 different lanes. Everybody's cutting people off. Everybody's moving across. And I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. So I got lost on the way there because I was supposed to get off on an exit because the people behind me wouldn't let me signal to get over. I ended up being caught between that car and another car in front of me. They were not letting me get over to get off on my exit. So, hey, Zingara. Welcome to my channel. You can send it to my Cash App or my PayPal, love. I prefer the PayPal because it's a lot faster, but Cash App or PayPal or Super Chat, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'm trying to get off to get on my exit, right? And I missed because the people in front of me would not allow me to get over in traffic because, people don't use signals these days. So I'm like, damn, I go to the next exit and my sister's like, where are you? And I was like, I could not get over. They would not let me get over. So at this point, it's like 7 o'clock in the evening, like 6:30, 7 o'clock. So it's getting dark in Nashville. It is busy. It's busy. It's a Thursday night. And I'm just like, damn. Because we still had like 2 hours to go before we got to our hotel in Chattanooga, which actually ended up being in Calhoun, Georgia. We're going to talk about Georgia. But as you go through the states, what I could feel, and I don't know if it's just because I can feel it, I can feel the vibration of the area. So it's like going through Nashville, it was kind of like a chaotic energy. But when I went through Chattanooga, it was more peaceful. It was a more peaceful, I don't know if because the elevation is different, but it was a more peaceful experience. Then when we got to Georgia, there was a lot of Georgia has beautiful scenery. Like the trees are tall. And there are a lot of lakes and things in Georgia. Georgia's beautiful. Georgia is rich. You can tell by the trees that things can grow well there. You know what I mean? Things can grow well there. So that's a really beautiful part of Georgia. But I was tired of driving through Georgia. We had to drive all the way through the state of Georgia to get to Florida. Once you cross state lines, things change. Let's see. Any insight on me switching careers? Thank you, Les, for the donation. It's 12:22 for a reading, but I'm gonna go ahead and do your reading. I appreciate you. You're welcome, love. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Let's find out. But as you cross state lines, you automatically start seeing the difference. One thing, what was the other thing I noticed about Georgia? Georgia, the people are different. It's a different energy there. The people are different. And the police are everywhere. They everywhere. The night we were coming through Georgia, police were everywhere. Like, they're literally sitting there. They're just literally sitting there waiting. Lazingara. Thank you, love. Appreciate the donation. Thank you so much, Lazingara. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy my channel and my live streams, please do me a huge favor. Thumbs up the live stream. If you're new to the live stream, please be sure to subscribe and thumbs up the video. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Georgia was interesting. And I got tired of driving through Georgia because we drove all the way through Georgia. And then when we finally hit Florida, I was like, here we go. The moment we've been waiting for. We got Judgment. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do so much. Thank you for that. It says Judgment, the world. Do you have to travel for work currently? Like, is your work a little bit far from where you live right now? You may have to make a decision to accept a job offer that may require you to travel, or that may be a little bit, it may be a little bit out of your way. That's one thing I'm saying. With the Judgment, you're going to be faced with a decision in regards to career, and it could be a job that's a little bit of a distance. Yeah, look, kid you not, Spirit gave me that message. We have the Judgment and the World, and so it's telling me that you're going to have to make a decision about a job that's a distance from you. Let's see. Tell me more, Spirit. For Lazingara. Yeah. Spirit says to stay positive. To stay positive, be hopeful about the situation. With the Hierophant, I feel like you are. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, but it's very much about seeking wise guidance and advice and counsel, and which is what you're doing now. You're trying to get a little bit more insight from Spirit as to what you need to do. Of course, as always, Spirit wants you to trust, go within and trust your intuition in the situation. But it's like, really evaluate if this is in alignment, is what I'm getting with the Hierophant. Is this job opportunity in alignment with where you're trying to go in your career path? Is this something, Spirit wants you to really think about that after your interview. Like, think about it, sleep on it. You know that saying, sleep on it? Because a lot of times we tend to make decisions too quickly. Give yourself some time to process the interview, what was said, what's required of you, what the minimum requirements are, what are they willing to compensate you? Is it your worth? Do you get a sense of false promises? Do you feel like this company is legit? These are things to consider. With the Taurus, with the Hierophant, excuse me. This is Taurus energy. And let me tell you, I know Taurus. The energy of the Hierophant is very much practical, it's logical, and it's blunt. It's very much, okay, this all sounds great, but what are you going to pay me? This all sounds great, but I need to make sure that my needs are top priority. You see what I'm saying? Also, it's about spirituality. So I would definitely meditate on it, like he's sitting here down here at the bottom, grounding and really connecting with his higher self to find out what is in alignment with what he's perceiving and what it is that he's trying to manifest. And if you're trying to manifest this, this is a good opportunity for you to really tap in. And if you are a person of faith and you believe in prayer like I do, then go into prayer and ask for clarity, ask for guidance about the situation. So that way you can go within and figure out what is the right thing for you to do, if it's in alignment with you. So is there anything else that Lanzingara needs to know in regards to this career opportunity? What does she need to know, Spirit? 1, you're in control. You're in control. You have the power. You have the final say so. Death and rebirth. Yeah, Spirit says you may have to end one job. You may currently have to end one job. Listen, I'm telling y'all, the Scorpio full moon is bringing things out with an extreme intensity. So anything that is not in alignment with your core value and who you are as a person is being brought to light. It is causing you to question everything. Listen, people are going to be looking at you like, I see you. So this is your current job situation. Spirit says this may be a dead end. And it's time to shed dead weight like a snake sheds its skin. Yeah, and that's exactly what it's doing. So you may have to end this current job so that you can start. This is the energy of rebirth. That's exactly what the Scorpio moon is doing. It's shaking shit up. Relationships, jobs, friendships, all kinds of things is shaking shit up. So people can get their shit together and decide, this is what I need to do. This is what works for me. This is what doesn't work for me. And this is what I need to release. So the current job is definitely, it's stressful. And if it's not bringing you peace, and I've said this before, if it's not bringing you peace and it's causing more unnecessary drama, you're having to go out of your way. It's giving very much codependency vibes. It's giving you low vibrational vibes. Like, Spirit's like, let it go. In my Erykah Badu voice. Bag a lady, you gon' miss your bus. Dragging all them bags like that. That's what that is. So if it's causing you too much stress and it's doing too much. It's doing too much. Spirit says, cut it off. There's something better. And that's the energy of death with Scorpio. That's the energy of death. When we think about death, we think about the physical aspect of death, but death is only the beginning of something better than this physical realm. So it's like you end one and you don't really die. You transcend. You transition. You go from one energy source to another energy source. You go from one plane to another plane. Right? As above, so below. Right? As above, so below. Just like it says in the Bible. Our kingdom, our Father who is in heaven, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, so above as below. So this is what we're dealing with in this full moon, the power of Scorpio energy. Death is only a transitional period. Death allows us to mourn the losses, what we consider losses, but they're really gains. Sometimes releasing things is only for your health, for your mental health, for your peace of mind, for your physical well-being. We release certain things, old habits, bad habits, toxic relationships, jobs that are taking advantage of you, that are not properly compensating you. So this is exactly what this is. This is exactly what this is. Spirit says to stay positive, because with the star here, this is wish fulfillment. This is Aquarius energy. So you're gonna be given an opportunity to do something that you've always wanted to do. With this star energy here, it's definitely gonna bring you wish fulfillment. But Spirit says to really consider if this job opportunity that's coming to you is in alignment with what you're trying to accomplish. So you'll have to make a decision with the Judgment card to end one thing, right? This here, to end one thing so that another thing can come through for you, right? That's the thing. You end one so another one can come in. Let's see. Yeah, this one is going to be, Spirit says, look, and the Queen of Cups comes out. The Queen of Cups says, put yourself first. Make sure you are your first priority. People, sometimes during interviews, because this is what I do literally all day at my job, I interview people. People come to interview sometimes, and it's like, my thing when I'm interviewing candidates for certain positions I'm looking to fill is what works best for you. What works best for my interviewee? Are you able to work an evening shift? Are you able to work days? Do you have a babysitter? You know, people who have children, they can only work a certain amount of hours versus people who don't. Are you older? Is this job too physically demanding for you? What can you handle? Spirit says make sure you put yourself first. Queen of Cups. Whatever you decide to do for your career, make sure that it's not overwhelming you. It's not burdening you. And when it comes to the pay, make sure the pay is fair. Six of Pentacles, that they're properly compensating you your worth. What they should be paying you what you're worth. You should never be overworked and underpaid. That's not balance. And karma comes to deliver. So if it's not right, any wrongs will be made right. We got the King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles energy is telling you that this is you. You have the ability to be that King of Pentacles. You have the ability to take care of your responsibilities, and you could be overall generally a very responsible person when it comes to finances, when it comes to work. You're reliable, you show up, you do your job, and it puts you in a position to be maybe possibly in a leadership role. If you're not, or the position that you're applying for could be a leadership role. It could be a position to where it's someone that they have to trust with certain information. Someone who has to go through extensive training or what have you. But this King of Pentacles energy is definitely you. Spirit saying we're transitioning you into this energy. And the King of Pentacles is definitely a good energy to be in when it's in regards to your career and job life. Because you want to be practical, you want to be logical, you want to be level-headed in whatever position that you're given. So Spirit is saying, financially, this could definitely set you up for success. So this opportunity that's coming towards you could definitely be a really good opportunity. Yeah, after you coming out of this Three of Swords energy, where you're not being treated fairly, being taken advantage of, where you've been stagnant. The Two of Swords here is telling me you've been stagnant in the current job. You've kind of been undecided. You've kind of just been sitting on the fence about leaving. You've kind of been torn between two things. Your heart's been telling you one thing, but your mind is telling you something else. That's what the crows are here for. The crows are messengers. And it's like, sometimes we can't see the full picture, but it's like when Spirit finally does show you the full picture, you see it. Spirit's like, okay, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? Are you going to continue to stay in this energy of this? Yeah. Are you going to stay in this energy of accepting being treated unfairly? Because the Three of Swords is grief. A lot of people correlate the Three of Swords to relationships. This can apply to a business situation. Am I in a situation career-wise, and this is what the Three of Swords is about, that's not giving what it's supposed to give? Spirit says it's time to leave that alone. It's time to leave that alone so that you can embrace your King of Pentacles energy. You can sit pretty. You can really sit pretty financially if you move along. You move along. We release to receive. That is the law of the universe. Point blank, period. We release to receive. You let go so that better can come in, or so that something can be renewed. Things die off. Like, perfect example is during the season of fall, right? Spring, the leaves are green, they're vibrant. Change is important, and that's what this moon is already about. Yes. There you go. There you go. Change is important. So when the seasons change, you see the leaves change, right? In the fall, the leaves turn colors, and in the winter, they die off. And so that way, when the spring comes back around, new leaves they're there. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is all about. It's like leaving what you've been comfortable with Yeah, you're most welcome, love. Leaving what you know, what you're comfortable with. Sometimes we get comfortable, we get complacent because it's what we're used to, it's what we're accustomed to. But sometimes you have to move around. You have to move around to find what really works for you. And you'll know when you've really found the career path that works for you because you will feel very comfortable in that setting. Of course, everything, just like any relationship, is not going to be perfect all the time. But for the most part, you will feel very comfortable doing what you're doing because you know. And the biggest advice I'll give to anyone who's job searching or going in for an interview, be confident. Whatever you do, you go into that interview as if you already have the job. The position is already yours. You're just auditioning. You already have the job. Be confident. We want you. We want to hire you. We want to give you that job. That's the attitude to take when you go in. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be overly anxious, overly nervous because you have the job. Tell yourself, I got this job. This is my job. This is what I'm going to be doing. If this is what you want. The confidence, I'm telling y'all, confidence will take you a long way. A lot of times people mistake confidence or ego for arrogance, but there's a difference. There's a fine line between arrogance and confidence. And it's confidence. That's all it is. You have to be self-confident. You have to know you're the shit. You have to know you're the sauce. You have to know that you're fully capable of doing everything that's expected of you to the T. You can't second guess. You can't doubt. You can't be unsure. You gotta know. You know what you know, and you do it well. That's it. There's no questions asked. You know what you know, and you do it well, even if you don't know. Because if you're not sure, the reason I say that is because if you're not sure, I'm not sure. If I'm interviewing someone, and this literally happens, if I'm interviewing someone and I'm asking them, well, what type of work do you prefer to do the most? Well, I'll just do anything. Okay, then we're just going to give you anything. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be really concerned about your skill set or what exactly it is that you have experience doing because you're not sure. Well, I was kind of thinking about this, but I might want to do this. When you finally figure it out, you know what I mean? So you got to be confident. You definitely got to be confident. So I hope that helps, love. Definitely wishing you the best of luck on your job interview. Please let us know how it goes. Let us know. But y'all, switching gears back to my trip to Florida, my vacation. Georgia is rich. Georgia is a very rich state. The soil, the air, the land, it's very rich in resources. You're most welcome, love. It is a long state to drive through. It's very long. If you're going to drive through, you might want to use cruise control. I'm just letting y'all know. So we drove through Illinois. We drove through Kentucky because we had to go through Wycliffe and Paducah. The direction we're coming from, we went through Tennessee and we went through Georgia. Now, don't ask me why. I was thinking we had to go through Alabama, Mississippi, but we didn't. I'm so grateful we didn't. Because Mississippi already makes me feel some type of way. Soon as I cross state lines into Mississippi, it's an energy that I don't ever want to feel again in my life. I felt it before. When we went to Osceola, Mississippi, I did not like the energy in Mississippi at all, period. I'm hoping that when I go to Louisiana, I don't have the same feeling because you can feel the spirits in Louisiana, and everybody that goes to Louisiana says that. But Florida was such a light experience for me. It was great going in and it was great coming out. Everybody's flying. Everybody's flying in Florida. Speed limit is posted. They're doing 95 and 55. Do you hear me? Everybody is flying. There are 6-7 lanes of traffic and folks is just going. They just going. You don't really got to worry about too much because people are just flying through. They just flying through in Florida. They just flying through. And nobody signals. They just get over. It's like, excuse me, were you trying to get in this lane? Like, what were we doing? So that's one thing I learned about Florida. There really isn't, I mean, you do pretty much do you. Nobody judges you in Florida. They don't judge you. They don't judge you with what you got on. They don't judge you for being half naked. Everybody's at the beach. I'm doing Florida. Miami is a different breed. North Florida, Orlando, Kissimmee, West Palm Beach, Daytona, Tampa, Jacksonville. I'm coming for y'all. Florida. Woo, Florida. And there's some fine folks in Florida. Let me tell you. There's some fine folks in Florida. Okay, like Poppy, we see you. We see you. But the food is good. The drinks are good. The people are friendly. People are so lively. There's live bands, live music. People are out in the sun. They are out in this, and their skin is so beautiful. Like, people in Florida have beautiful skin. I guess it's the sun. I don't know. But it's like their skin is beautiful because they're out in the sun. They be out in that salt water, out at the beaches. Because the beaches, when you go to the beaches it's salt water. It's also cold when you get into the water. So you have to like ease your way in because it's cold. But their skin is beautiful. And like the bottom of your feet, it exfoliates your skin. Like, I literally felt better when I got out of the water. My skin felt better when I got out of the water. So if you can get to the beach, get to the beach. Go to the beach, okay? That's why I say I have no regrets. I would do it all again if I had to because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved every minute of it. So it was beautiful. From food to friends to family. Also, it happened to be my mom's birthday when we first got there. Her birthday was the day before Mother's Day, so it was back to back. I go to my mother every year. She's a Taurus. It's Taurus season. So she loved it. She loved it. My mom goes outside to ground. She goes outside to ground. Like, she stands where we're at in the house. She goes outside in a certain spot and she stands in the grass in order to ground. That's what she told me. So she was living her best life and I was living mine. My sister and her fiance, my nephew, like, we were all there together, and her best friend. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, was it 5 of us? I think it was 5 of us. Yeah, it was 5 adults and the baby. So we were all there. We stayed in a nice Airbnb. Like I said, if you have not watched my mini vlog, you gotta see the house where we stayed. It was really nice. It had a pool outdoors in the backyard. And then we were able to go to the beaches that were like an hour. Delray was like 2 hours away from me, but it was worth the trip so I could see my boo. It was like 2 hours away from where we were, but we enjoyed it. We had a blast. So if you're thinking about going on a trip, go on the trip. Go. Just get your stuff and go. Get out of there. Because now's the time to be outside. Now is the time to be outside before it gets cold, before you got to be in the house and all of that, before people start getting sick and all of that. Go outside. Get to the beach. Ground. Ground in the sand and soak up the sun, because the sun is beautiful. And we only get the sun, if you really think about it, the sun is only out for like a few months out of the year, like where you really can absorb the sun, that vitamin D. Get y'all mind out of the gutter. That vitamin D from the sun, you can only get it for a certain amount of months. So you see people out on the beach, they're laying out on the beach. I about died because I did not know on the beach that there's people who come out to the beach and they have ice cream. They have this they have this little cart and it has ice cream, so they're selling ice cream on the beach. And I was like, what? Yes. And then you get to, when you're at the beach, they have these people standing up there and you get to rent an umbrella. you get to rent an umbrella and chairs because it's so hot to shade, to shade your area. So you can rent an umbrella. You can rent chairs. I don't know why that tickles me, but I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Is this a scam? Like, you can rent the umbrella and you can rent the chairs. So you bring a big beach towel, you can lay there out in the sun. But oh my goodness, we had a blast. It was too much fun. I was this tempted to get me a coconut where they, like they have these little vendors on the side where they have fresh coconut off the palm trees. They will cut it open and they'll put a straw in it for you. Like, there's water inside of it. So I was that tempted. I was like, so close. Hey, Aquarian love, how are you? But my margarita and the pineapple, it was good. But my stupid self, the day that I had my margarita and the pineapple, I didn't eat before I had the alcohol. So you know how that went. I was feeling sick like a few minutes after I drank it, but I tore it up. It was so good. I drank it anyway. I drank the whole thing. It was strawberry, but they put it inside of a fresh pineapple. They poured it was more like a smoothie. Right? It was inside there, and I was like, my sister was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I feel sick. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I didn't eat, and I drank the margarita that had alcohol in it. You cannot, lesson learned. 2 things you can't do. You can't smoke on an empty stomach. If you do, and you cannot drink on an empty stomach. Lessons learned. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's Scorpio full moon, blood moon. Yeah, people really acting out. Hey, 11 more days. It's going to fly by. It is. And I can't be mad at nobody but myself. I was like, man, I'm so stupid. Like, what behooved me to drink a margarita at 11 in the morning? At 11 in the morning without eating breakfast first. Like, silly rabbit. So I learned my lesson the hard way. I will never do it again. That's like me accepting a dare. Did I tell y'all this story? One night I was in St. Louis at the bar, and these guys, they were like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Aquarian. I'm glad you are okay. I was at the bar, and these people were pretty much, Divine, pretty much. And they was like daring me to take these shots of Jose Cuervo Gold. And don't ever do it. I do not recommend doing this. But they were like, take the shot. So I took 2 shots. Y'all, I thought my life was over. I thought it was over. All of a sudden, I started getting really, really hot. The room started spinning. Like, I was like, y'all, I'm seeing things. And the guy that I was with at the time, he was like, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, I think I need to leave. Because they were daring me to take the shot. They was like, I dare you to take the shot. Woo. So I'm like, okay, I can do it. Y'all, don't do it. Hallucinating, seeing double, girl, my life flashed before my eyes. Get me out of this bar, because I ain't never been so hot in my life. I was like, you know what? Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Get me out of here. Right? Mojitos are my favorite. I feel it. Mojitos and I can't even think of the word. I'm having a blank. Mimosas. Mojitos and mimosas. Those are my 2 favorite. But I was like, get me out of here ASAP. So I'm like laying in the passenger seat of his car. It's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And he was like, are you all right? And I was like, no. That was the first and only time in my life I had actually been drunk. And I was like, oh my goodness, y'all, I can't do this. I don't know how y'all do these things. And you know, I was still conscious or whatever, but I was like, I don't feel like I'm me. Like I don't right, like I'm like, I don't feel like I'm me. Not a bottle of syrup. No ma'am. No ma'am. I said, whew. After that one, I was like, I don't know how alkies do this. How you gonna be an alcoholic? Like, you would think that, you know, because, you know, straight no chaser is strong. Like whiskey and bourbon and stuff like that. They just taking shots. I mean, tequila, taking shots. And I'm just like, so what is wrong with you? Nope, I'm not about that life. I'm not about that life. The next day, I had a headache. I had a big old headache. And I was just drinking water. Thankfully, I did not vomit. I did not get nauseous. But I felt very dizzy. They just going to hell. See, going to hell in the handbasket. Going straight to hell. Do not pass go. I said, oh man. Father, if you get me out of here. Get me out of here. I said, from this point forward, today, I'm doing right. Drunk is never a feeling that I ever want to experience again, because I was like, there's a difference though between being tipsy and drunk. Now I can be a little tipsy, but drunk, full on drunk, no ma'am. No ma'am, I don't want it. A little tipsy, you get a little buzz, you all right. But drunk, oh, that's a no-no. Yeah. Because, you know, I still love to have a good drink. Mojitos, mimosas, a little wine, a little champagne, a little bubbly. But, straight tequila, that's the devil. That's the devil. Jose Cuervo. See, and y'all hardcores, see, I'm a softie. Y'all hardcores, y'all probably laughing at me, y'all, because y'all, I'm a lightweight. I can't do too much. Ooh, that's understandable, Aquarian. That's very understandable. Yeah, I said no, ma'am. 2 drinks, I'm out. 2 drinks, I'm out. Usually 1 I'm good for, but if I decide to get 2 drinks, it's a wrap. That's it. That is all. It's like, it's the people for me. It's the people who drink like 10 cups, like 2 pots of coffee. Like, who sits there and really drinks 2 full pots of coffee? I'm like, what are y'all on? What's wrong with y'all? I can have a small cup of coffee in the morning and I'm good. I've had coworkers that drink 2 entire pots of coffee, black, no cream, no sugar. I'm like, what are y'all on? Where did y'all come from? There's just things I can't do it. I can't do it. That and tequila. I can't do it. But y'all, we ate, where did we eat at? There's this place called, it's Smokehouse something. It's Smokehouse something in Kissimmee. It's a really good place to eat. I highly recommend it if you ever visit Kissimmee, Florida. One of the best places to eat. Aisha, why? See, now you gotta see, you done spilled the tea. Now you gotta explain why. Tell me why. Girl. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's like people who be drinking Fireball. Mm-mm. Girl, they're risky. And if they drinking bourbon and Hennessy out the bottle, oh, no ma'am. The brown liquor out the bottle, no ma'am. Nope, them neither. They risky. They very risky. Fireball will burn up your thoughts. Oh, that's normal, Aquarian. As you, especially once you hit 30s, things in your 30s. See, because you wow, Divine, because you wow. I'm not gonna play with you because you wow. You wow. So it don't count because you wow. No ma'am. Give me a little bit of crown and I'm all right. It's normal, Aquarian. As you hit 30, you get tired. It's, you know what I mean? Your body has been through a lot the past 20 years. So once you hit that third decade, it's like, okay, it's time for us to start slowing it down. Start slowing it down. You're doing too much. You know, in your 20s, because you feel like in your 20s, you have all this vitality, you have all this energy, you're young, you can do this. No, ma'am. Especially for people who have children. Listen, all that noise, when you hit 30s, all that loud yelling and hollering and carrying on, all that whining, your tolerance level for it starts to just, you're just like, sit over there and be quiet. Sit right over there in that chair and be quiet. Find you something to do. Find you something to do. People who want to argue, people who want to fight, people who want to just drama, children who are constantly loud and whining, you want them to be quiet. After 30. After 30, you want people to be quiet. Right, Aisha? Like, you better lay right here and take a nap. Lay here and take a... Listen, my nephew, he's 1. Sometimes, first, for a little while, it was a little trouble to get him to take a nap. But now he gets tired, like around noon, between noon and ish and 1 o'clock. When you see him yawning, that's when you gotta snatch him up and go ahead and just rock him. Because then they'll get tired and then they'll go ahead and fall asleep. So that's all I did. Just rocked him, finally fell asleep. I was like, listen, all this hollering, no sir. TT just wants peace. So all that hollering, I'm going to stop doing it, lay here, and take a nap. Yep, because she's tired. She's tired. All of the mamas, and happy belated Mother's Day to those of you all who are mothers, because I did not get to go live on Mother's Day. But y'all are amazing. Moms are amazing people. You are so needed. You are so loved. And you are so appreciated. Moms sacrifice not only their lives to bring you in, but moms sacrifice their time. They sacrifice so much. They really do. I don't know why they got to fight the sleep. Well, it's like, sir, you're already yawning. You rubbing your eyes. You wiggling all over the place. You just lay here and take a nap. Just take the nap. I just look at them sometimes and I'm like, it must be nice to just be able to do what you want to do all day. You got snacks. You can lay here. You can watch your favorite show. You got juice. Dude, you are living the life. of all, you don't even have too many teeth. You can't tell nobody about nothing. Lay here and take a nap. What you finna miss out on? Yep. My mom used to do that with my middle sister because she used to cry. This child, she used to cry a lot. And she would end up just, for no reason, she would have everything fed, changed, just hollering for no reason, just tired. So my mom would just sit her there and she would eventually cry herself to sleep because she just, we don't know. Finally, she grew out of it. She grew out of that stage. But babies are different. Right. Like, sir, you can't even say full-fledged sentences. They just look at the phone and smile. It's Granny on the phone. What are you finna tell Granny? Nothing. Lay here and take a nap. Shoot. If I could take naps during the day, oh my goodness. If I could take naps during the day, I'm telling you, it would be amazing. It would be amazing. But y'all mothers, shout out to all you mothers because y'all are amazing people. Amazing people. Mothers, I swear, moms have like radar vision and like surround sound hearing. Right, nap time. You don't have to tell me twice. If the job said, listen, y'all take naps, 15 minutes, 15-minute little nap. Listen, take a nap at 2:30. Okay, got it. Take me a little nap. Y'all leave me alone. Don't call me. Do not call me. Do not email me. Do not intercall me. I'm napping at 2:30. Do you hear me? I'm napping. Take me a little nappy. Kids, they don't want to take the nap. I'm like, why is it when you're 3, you don't want to take a nap? When you're 33, you want the nap. People ain't ever satisfied. It's like people with curly hair want straight hair. People with straight hair want curly hair. People with no hair want all the hair. People with all the hair want to cut it off. People are never satisfied. It's too hot. It's too cold. I think that's why change is important. That's why we have seasons and things change so that we get a little variety. Add a little razzle to your dazzle. So you don't have just spring and winter. You got summer and fall. So it's always changing. It's always rotating. Even stages in life. You're not always an infant. You're not always a toddler. You grow into an adult. You have a teenage year. That's probably why they're less stressed. I'm telling you. See, that's probably why they're less stressed. Because they take naps at work. Like, y'all give me 15 minutes. Leave me alone. 15 minutes. Oh, not for the purpose of a deep sleep, Aquarian. Just so that your mind can rest and it's not all over the place. Because, when you have high anxiety, your mind is like this. You're constantly overthinking, thinking about what you haven't done, thinking about what you're going to do, what you're finna do, what you haven't. You just need a few minutes to decompress and then you can come back. Which is why I always recommend getting off of social media. Yes, time out. Getting off of social media for a certain amount of time because you scroll too much, you're looking at too much content, your brain is constantly like this. Exactly, calm the mind. Your brain is constantly like this. You're on Facebook, you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on YouTube, you're on this, you're on that, you're on that. Life used to be very simple. It used to be very simple. And I think that's one of the things that has drawn me to hoodoo. When I was talking earlier at the start of this live, is because the people before us, our ancestors, they had a very simple life. They didn't have a lot of traffic because a lot of people didn't own cars. It was horse and buggy, or you were walking on foot. So if you had to go to the store, you planned it. It was a planned thing. You didn't have the luxury of just getting in your little Ford Taurus and running up to the grocery store. It wasn't that simple. It was an all-day event. You get the kids together, you load up the wagon, you take, everybody goes to town, you go and you have a list of ingredients that you need, so you stock up while you're there. I also feel like people were more practical back in that time because they really had to plan. They had to plan what they needed. You need a little flour, you need sugar, you need a little salt, you need to bring some water if they didn't have well on the property. Most of them were farmers and stuff like that, sharecroppers, so they had vegetables, or you barter with other people, things that you don't have. If you wanted other luxuries and things like, I have a pecan tree in my yard, but you have an orange grove. So we would barter with each other. We would trade. Exactly. It's not that simple now, but we finna go back. We finna go back is what I'm feeling. People running around, constantly running around, up and down the streets all the time. But it wasn't like that back in those days. Kids can go out and play for miles and miles all day long. About until supper time, which was when the sun goes down. Right before the sun goes down, you come in, you eat, wash up, go to bed. It was very simple. There wasn't a whole lot of noise. It wasn't a whole lot of interaction. Everybody wasn't in everybody's business, but the community was close because you all needed each other. You all really helped one another back in those times. Because if my neighbor needed something and I had it, I gave to my neighbor, and vice versa. If I needed something that my neighbor had, my neighbor was right there. We helped one another. We looked out for one another. If I saw danger coming, I would alert my neighbor so they knew to watch out, or watch out for my neighbor's children. They watched out for mine. It was more closeness, I feel, because people weren't as distracted. People were they bonded. You know what I mean? They bonded. So it's just so different. So different. And a lot of things that they practiced, they kept to themselves. A lot of people knew how to mind their business. Yes, a lot of people back in those days knew to keep your mouth shut, because what you say could be used against you. It could cause the end of someone's life. Your testimony, or the lack thereof, could cause the lack of someone's life. It could put someone's family at risk, break it up, because you're out here being what they call a busybody and gossiping and telling everybody's business that you think you know. They weren't so quick to do it because they knew the repercussions of it. People really thought things through. It wasn't so much impulsive behavior. You know what I mean? The times were just so different. They were just so different than they are now. Yep, exactly. All right, love. Thanks for hopping in. Times were just more peaceful. People didn't have I think the fear and anxiety, like now when you really think about it, like if you go out and you have children, you're a parent, you're kind of always looking out. You're very alert. You're very watchful, because you never know at any moment what can go down. People are wilding out these days. Like, my prayers go out to the families of those people in Buffalo, New York, who lost loved ones the other day in that shooting in that grocery store. Very bad situation. Very bad situation. Should not have happened. Should not have happened. And to think these people were just living their lives, minding their business. And here comes stupid ass. Here he comes. All because he has certain beliefs about certain groups of people. That too. Anytime you quarantine people like that, it drives them crazy, like animals. It's just the lack of concern for other people. And then also, there are no boundaries anymore. When you have a lack of boundaries, a lack of morals, let's call a spade, a lack of morals, where people don't believe They don't believe in certain things anymore. It's just like anything goes. We're free. We're free spirited. Sometimes that free spirited energy can cause murder, mayhem, chaos. Because when you have people, and let me just put it like this. If I have a moral background, I was raised with a moral background. I respect you as my neighbor, right? I'm not going to just go over to your house and break into your car because I don't have one and I want yours. You see what I'm saying? This free spirited, letting people just do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. This is what we get. They believe whatever they want to believe. They have racist beliefs. It's projected into society. They believe that one race is more superior than another. We have hate crimes. Do you see where I'm going? So all of this free spiritedness is getting us into a lot of trouble. Then you have certain topics that are discussed within the LGBT community, and everybody's just free spirited. It's all free spirited. If you feel like identifying as a dog today, roof. If you feel like identifying as a cat today, meow. Whatever you feel is fine. Where is that getting the world? Where is it getting us now? Because everybody can just do and say and believe whatever they want. Free country. No rules. It's just, all right, go. So now what? Now what? You're at risk. I'm at risk. Because what is immoral to me may not be immoral to the person across the street from me. The person across the street from me may think it's okay to break into my home because he believes that, if it's right there, he should have it. See what I'm saying? He has a free spirit. He can believe what he wants and he can think what he wants. It's just times back in the day, back in the older times, it was so much more peaceful. It was less fear. It was less stress. It was less anxiety because people worked together. Exactly, Aquarian. Exactly, Aisha. Exactly. People have lost their touch with God. People have lost their touch with spirituality. Now people are doing whatever they want to do. And heaven forbid you say that you don't support certain behaviors or certain lifestyles. Let's just call it that. So YouTube is not flagging my content. But you don't support certain lifestyles. Just because you support that lifestyle does not mean that I have to support that lifestyle. Am I against this person? Absolutely not. But that does not mean that you get to force your narrative on me because that's what you choose to do. See what I'm saying? And when you get to the freedom of speech, there really is no freedom of speech because social media likes to scrutinize. They'll shut your account down. They'll flag you if you say certain things, post certain things. They don't like what you posted. They don't like what you said. All of a sudden now we're slapping up fact checkers and all kinds of things on your content because we don't like what you said. There really is no freedom here in America. Really, when you really stop to think about it. And when you think about the freedoms that we have, look at the mess that it's caused. Look at the mess that it's caused. Things that were once considered mental illness is now considered normal. Go figure. So, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And you're going to continue to see things like this. They know exactly what it is. It's freedom of speech as long as you don't cross their lines. Because if it crosses their line, then they can cancel you. Because, we're in cancel culture now. So anything that you say that's honest, that's truthful, that's factual, you are considered crazy. You're considered delusional. You're considered a conspiracy theorist. You're considered, a rebel. You're considered evil. Any other words you can think of. Like certain terminologies, like witch is supposed to be a bad word. If you practice herbal medicine, or you know what I mean, like you're into that type of thing. Yeah, a terrorist. Exactly. They give you all kinds of labels. If you say things that do not fit their narrative, their agenda, then you know, as long as you are within their agenda, you're fine. You can pretty much say what you'd like to say, as long as it doesn't offend them, their platforms, pretty much. And it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's like, where does it end? Where is that fine line? Like Aquarian said, where is that fine line between decent humanity and wilding out? Wilding out. Folks be wilding out. People be saying some weird stuff. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah, we got to do better as a community, as a whole, as a nation. Because when I think about, especially parents, and I don't know, it always goes back to parents, but for those of you who work full time and you have to leave your children in the care of other people, that has to be the most, exactly, Aquarian. Exactly. That has to be the most terrifying feeling as a parent, to leave your child in the hands of someone else. Because who knows what they're teaching them? Who knows what's being said to them? Who knows what's being fed to them? Literally and figuratively, what's being fed to your children? What concepts, what ideologies are they being indoctrinated with in a school, a public school setting, a private school setting, a Catholic school setting? What information is being provided to those children? What are they being taught? What's being modeled before them? What kind of examples are there? It just really makes me think, and I'm definitely a thinker. So it's like, if I was a parent, if it were me, I would want to homeschool my children for the simple fact that I get to control what they have access to. I get to have a say-so in what is being indoctrinated into my child. Because everything is not safe. Everything is not child-friendly. Everybody doesn't have the same intentions. So I definitely keep y'all parents in prayer, because that's hard. That's hard. Finding who to trust, who to just keep an eye on your baby while you're at work, Exactly. That has to be a difficult situation. So definitely get y'all some rest. I'm going to hop off of here. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, I'll be working on y'all's readings tomorrow night. I'm thinking I might come back on Wednesday night. Y'all give me a topic. All right. Let me know what topics y'all want us to discuss this week, and we'll talk about them. All right. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe, thumbs up the video, and until next time, I love y'all.